Just waiting for see how many people we can get in here. Just waiting for Blue Collar Fox, what's up, buddy? So I don't know how many people were going to actually watch this, but my plan was to share some of my Holley Terminator stuff from my tuning laptop. I'm having a little bit of trouble on getting it shifted from the laptop over to the desktop that I'm on. I think I'm just too far away from the router or something, and I'm going to try and get it up there. So I mean, if people pop in and have questions, we'll be able to go over some of those things, some of the things that I do with my tune, and then I have some examples of some stuff that people have been sending me, which is very wrong, that I've had to fix. So I just really want to get some information out there to you guys to help you not make the same mistakes and be better set up for success, right off the bat. See, not much. Just had to cancel my XFI 236 cam order. Every cam at Jegs. Yeah, man, the back orders are insane right now. I got kind of lucky because I got the Terminator about a year ago, maybe a little less, and nothing was really crazy back ordered back then. Even the On3 Turbo, somebody actually said the other day, like their On3 kit was like really back ordered, like a few months. But now, I mean, I've been piecing together a couple things here and there, but I mean, anything big like cylinder heads and anything like that, I mean, everything's just back ordered. It's pretty crazy. I don't know how many people are actually going to get in here. I didn't really make like a announcement or nothing because I was just kind of trying to test it out. Got about 5 people. I don't know how some of these other dudes do it. Like I know Funky goes live a lot, man, and he gets a pretty good amount of people in there. They just hang out and just BS about whatever, but I don't know. I feel like I'm awkward. Like I know you guys don't see it, but when I do my videos and stuff, like there's a lot of editing that goes into it because I don't know, I get caught in these like weird times when I'm trying to, like explain something and then I get tongue tied. And so I have to edit a lot when I go through my videos and stuff. If it were just me, if it were me, I'd have just me. Attaboy, yeah. I mean, trying to do something different. I've been messing with my tuning laptop for like an hour now, trying to get it to share onto this screen, and I think I'm a little late to the party. It's 9:40. Yeah, I'm in my garage right now, which is why, and this light will probably go out in a minute, and there's a giant moth flying over. That's why the lighting is pretty bad right now. I was gonna use my my office inside, but my niece is over and the kids are going crazy. That's why I got the headphones on too. You guys would just be hearing a bunch of crazy stuff in the background, and it'd be kind of tough to talk Holley Terminator with all that going on. James, Dan, I really enjoy the content. I appreciate that, man. I try and keep a lot of this stuff, relevant and then entertaining for you guys too. I try and switch it up often. And when I don't have anything going on, I really don't video that much because, that's just really not me. But yeah, I'm glad you guys like the videos. So I'm going to try this one more time to get my Holley tuning computer that I use for Holley shared up onto the screen, and I'll just go over like some general features really quick. I just have to log into my email really quick and pop up this thing. Let's see. Stop doing that. At least your neighbor's talking and barking. Yeah, he's and it's funny because my neighbor might even be watching it. He's a good dude. He had a Coyote Mustang. I think it was like a 2015. I think he had long tubes, Lund racing tune, and it was a nice car. And now he's got a Raptor, but he's got a few dogs, man. We all got a bunch of animals. I got 2 dogs. He has 3 dogs, I think. But he's got these hounds, man, and they just all night long. And we get a lot of coyotes and stuff out in the back, so these things will just be out there. They'll go out there and just bark and point, and I've kind of become deaf to it now. Dang, wait now, any car part or what? Yeah, I do have stuff ordered. I'm not, nothing really back ordered. But I am waiting on, I have an entire E85 setup. So I got some PTFE fuel hoses coming in. I got a flex fuel sensor coming in, which I'm actually building my flex fuel tune in the Holley for right now. What else I got coming in? I just got some, like a Mac valve and some other stuff. Outside of that, not really waiting on too much. The car is not here right now. The car is at a local place down here getting roll cage welded in finally. I don't see how dudes are out there. Like I watch a couple guys that, they're out there running 8s, 9s, low 10s on just like the seatbelt. Even though I had that harness, which was kind of, suspect to hold me in the car, it's still, I got to the point where I didn't feel comfortable driving that car without the roll cage. Thought you were going to say a coyote got his dog. No, his dogs are pretty big. Those hounds are pretty big, but these coyotes, man, we go out here every now and again, and we'll take some shots at them because, where we are out in North Carolina, you can shoot coyotes on your property. And I have, aside from the kids, I got some chickens back there, my dogs too. I don't play around with that stuff. I've been waiting on rods and headers since February. Geez, I actually still have a fuel system that's back ordered that I forgot to cancel, and I just keep getting an email saying it's further back ordered. So I should probably cancel that. What kind of rods and headers are you waiting on? Sorry guys, I'm trying to get this laptop up really quick so I can start sharing some stuff. I hope it works. Otherwise, the point I'm trying to get here. It's nuts, man. I'm a cop. We can't even pursue Tahoes because China makes the computer chips. It's insane. Safety is important. Yeah. And my wife's been kind of getting after me for this roll cage for a while now. She used to come to the track and watch every now and again, but I think last time I was testing and they had some no prep stuff going on and the car was skating a lot, and she was like, I don't want you doing this. You need to get more safe. And, even though I'm young, I'm still to the point where I'm like, yeah, I need to, I got kids and stuff. I need to be safe. I can't be spinning this thing around at 100 some odd miles an hour and, getting hurt. Donnie B, what's up, brother? Man, if you don't watch Donnie B does excellent Terminator X stuff. I've watched a bunch of his. I've been watching him for years. He's got a lot of great installs. Check out Donnie B, man. He's got, if you're doing Terminator X stuff too, he's got a lot of how-to stuffs, and he includes a lot more information than I do. he did a great one on the static timing check. I mentioned it kind of in my video, and Donnie B did like a whole description of like, this is what the static timing check is, how to really fine tune it, how to do it, showed you how to do it. So go check him out. All right. This tuning laptop I got is just horrible. Sorry guys. I'm trying to get this up so I can share with you. I'm in Jersey, heard Englishtown. Man, that's the first track I ever raced at, Englishtown. I was 17 years old. Was I? No. Yeah, 17 years old. I had a 1991 Dodge Daytona V6. Super slow. But back then, like, I thought it was the greatest thing ever. My buddy had an IROC, 88 IROC with a 305. And then our other buddy had a Camaro Berlinetta 2.8 V6 that we ended up putting a 350 in that. The IROC got a 350. Yeah, man, I'm actually not too far from Blue Collar Fox. I'm not too far from Englishtown. I grew up in Sayreville, which is what? Old Bridge. It's right next to Old Bridge, so. All right, let me sign in really quick. See if I can get this. 330. Yeah, dude, that 305 TPI, I'll tell you what. We were young, man. We were young. We were doing dumb stuff. I got my first Foxbody shortly after, man, and we had like everything going out to some of these places and street racing and, doing dumb stuff that kids do that I don't do anymore. But that little 305 TPI, man, that thing would run pretty good. We had a lot of fun in that thing. How old are you? I'm 36. Be 37 here in a couple months. Ford Matt, what's the best laptop for tuning? With the handle leaving in the car when driving. So I use, here it is right. Well, let me unplug it really quick. I just use this little Dell. It's the cheapest possible computer that I could possibly find. And it works perfectly fine for tuning. And again, I have a small cardboard box in the car where the driver's seat would be. I just leave it there, even when I go down the track and stuff. And it kind of bangs around, but with it in that box, I mean, it keeps it pretty safe. But it works perfectly fine. What I would do, though, I mean, I wouldn't get like a top-of-the-line laptop, but you could easily get away with, I'm getting away with the cheapest laptop there is, but it's frustrating, like right now, how I'm trying to, share some information, and it's not allowing me to do it. I knew you had a Jersey accent. Yeah, it's kind of wearing off a little bit. I still say some things. My wife, she made fun of me for some stuff I was saying the other day because, the Jersey comes out. But North Carolina's rubbing off on me. I've been down here for, 12 years now. So use a Dell Latitude. Yeah, this is a Dell. I don't know which one. I got it a few years ago, man. First car was a 99 5-speed VW Passat. Then an 89 GT. That's a good first car. Definitely better than that. My Daytona was a 5-speed too. That's why I got it, because it was a 5-speed. Oh, dude, yeah. When I'm mad, that accent comes out. My wife tells me, she's like, "Oh, you turned your Jersey on. Let me get out of here." Donnie B, missed your MSD setup working out for? Is your MSD setup working out for you? Or you're past the wide open throttle? Yeah, dude, this MSD ignition, I was running off the stock stuff when I, finished the build, and I always had this feeling like the car, it stumbled a lot. It was really hard to start. I even had a dude down over here check out the, it was a Competition Auto. He's a pretty good tuner. I had him trying to set some of the idle stuff right, and we just couldn't get it right. I thought the injectors were, maybe it was the injectors, and I'm, the whole time in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, this ignition system is just not adequate for what you're doing. Granted, we don't have anything, crazy going on with the car. The stock ignition system should be able to handle it, but, it was just like, what, I need to upgrade this MSD thing. So I went to the MSD system. I have not had one hard start in that car since installing that thing. In the last video I posted, I pulled out one of the plugs. Typically, the plugs have been very dark. And when I pulled that last plug out, that thing was clean. It had some orange tint from the, Octanium stuff that I use, which I won't have to be using that much longer because I'm about to switch to the 85. But, everything is just overall way better. way better for the with the MSD system. And yeah, the two-step works. For some reason, this Holley two-step, man, it don't work at all. I can't get it to work. I'm still gonna play with it a little because I feel like it should work, but I just can't get it to work. Funky 50, what's up, brother? So Holley stuff, man. I don't know. I tell you all the time, Funky. I don't know nothing about this Holley stuff. I just read something, figure it out. It's like magic and pixie dust, and then boom, the car just starts, doing what it does. Hang on, let me put my password in really quick, and I can hopefully start sharing some of this Holley stuff. What is going on here? All right, forgetting my password. Oh wait, it's because it's the wrong one. This is why, guys. Remember, I said I gotta edit my videos a lot. It's stuff like this. I have these long, drawn out pauses where they just get stuck. All right, I sent it to the wrong email. You ever catch with the guy that built your old? Yeah, I talk to Tall Starlight. I talk to TJ all the time. Every now and again on Facebook and text, phone calls every now and again. He's got that car. I know a lot of guys would be upset or are upset. He LS swapped it. It's got a 5.3 built twin turbo. Actually, no, now he's a single 88. He does the Carolina No Time stuff. That car rips, man. Power Glide. I won't share his numbers, but that thing is rolling. That is a very fast car. I'd say if he was to run that out in a quarter mile, it would do sevens. Plus, it's a beautiful car. He changed the front end on it. He's got that thing rolling real good, and he's pretty competitive. I think he's on the 252 list they have out here. They do the he's in the Street Tire 252 list. I forget what number he is. He's like 6, 7, 8, 9, somewhere in there. But yeah, man, that 4i, I miss it. But kind of where he took it, man, I'm happy that at least that car progressed, because where I found it, this kid had it, and he was just like, man, it's been sitting for 8 years. He didn't really want to do anything to do with it. And it was, 4-cylinder, which the 4-cylinder was dying anyway. And, he just didn't want to do anything with it. So, I mean, I converted it to that V8, and it was, I never should have got rid of that car. But anyway, car ran great. And then when TJ grabbed it, man, that thing hauls. Anyone looking for a decent 4i? I know a guy selling a driver for $3,600. I'd buy if I had a garage space. Man, send that to me. Send an email. regularguygarage8@gmail.com. Let me see what that thing looks like. I am still in the market for a 4i. I was supposed to go look for a 4i I was supposed to go look at a 4i up in Virginia, but I don't know. The person never messaged me back. Wendell Bama, what's up, brother? Hope you're doing well too. I was talking to you on, what was it, Funky's chat earlier? Or was it maybe yesterday? These guys talking to each other. He put an Aero front end on it. I think it's called an Outlaw front end, I think. It's got a, you know what? Let me see if I can find a picture. I could probably find a picture and then share it with you guys. Let me pop on the interwebs here. Yeah, man, that car rolls, man. I'm trying to go, I don't think I'll ever get this setup ever really into the 4-second range, which I'm sure he's well into. But for my car, I mean, I've been talking to these guys, these guys over at was it Ugly Kid Racing Engines, and he kind of instilled a lot of confidence in me about really pushing the stock bottom end, because he does a lot of stock bottom end stuff, and this guy's been in the 570s. I think he's even been lower than that. What's your email again? regularguygarage8@gmail.com. All right, I'm finally into my account. Hopefully I need to get the stream code from this, and then I can send my Holley stuff over there. Here it is. me see. 25 minutes ago. Is that it? I think that's it. Man, I'm doing too many things at once here. Let me find. Outside that, I mean, I still got that C10 out there. I mean, it's not really. Still waiting on the engine. Guy said it was going to be done last week. For some reason, whenever I dropped off the car, the dude said, yeah, it'll be done in like 2 days. Still not done. It hasn't even touched it yet. It's just sitting outside. What else? This engine, the guy told me it'd be done in a week. It's been 6 weeks. So I don't know. Maybe it's just me, man. I got terrible luck when I drop stuff off to get work. That's why I do everything myself. I told my wife, I was like, let me just buy a better welder, and I'll do this install myself. Hang on, I'm going to be. And honestly, I should have did that. All right. Now if I can do this. If this doesn't work, blame Funky. He taught me how to do this stuff over Instagram, and it's just not working. So blame him. Curious about how far a stock bottom end turbo can go consistently. So I honestly feel that you could really go. Wait, some say keep spark timing low near peak torque. Yep. Keep revs low. Maybe you. And so Pip Tyson, that's really what I'm doing. I am. Here we go. Let's share entire screen. So what I'm doing is keeping the timing fairly conservative, like you said, especially at peak torque. And to be quite honest, I really feel that timing is what kills these engines. Because you figure, I mean, vibration and stuff too, harmonics, but especially at peak torque, when you start throwing in a lot of timing, that's just really stressing that motor. Once you get past peak torque, even if you look in the Holley, I'll show you, the VE table starts to fall off, right? So you're starting to, you're not really loading up the engine as much because you're past peak torque. And so if you just keep it conservative, man, and like slowly roll into it, I know, like, I think Turbo John had some small block Ford stuff back in the day, and he was running consistently in the fives. Like I said, this dude Joey at Ugly Kid Racing Engines, he's well into the fives on stock, 302 stuff, stock bottom end stuff. So even what I'm doing, and from what they claim, that boost is easier on the engine than nitrous is, and these guys are doing nitrous stuff. So, I feel like it's there. I mean, and I only really run the thing a couple passes a night. I always cool it down thoroughly, and I just creep in on the timing, man. I mean, like, couple degrees, or not even couple degrees, like a degree here and there. And even on that dyno, I got lucky. Josh let me use his dyno, Underground Garage. And, when I added timing into the car or into the engine, it didn't want it. It made a horsepower or two more, and it really just wasn't worth it. So 8 second, 351 turbo, and the guy said his timing near peak torque was, yeah, and I mean, that's going to be dependent on boost. So 11 or 12 if he's running higher boost. So like if this thing will actually allow me to get my table up there, I'm really only running, I think, at up to 20 pounds. I mean, yeah, it's 11 or 12 degrees because I should never get there. I got there inadvertently one time, but I want to say, like, I'm at like 20 degrees of timing, right around 12, 13 pounds of boost. Yeah, this thing, I don't know if it's the computer or it says I'm in the live stream, but I'm trying to send my Terminator screen over there, and it's not working. He said his boost was 20. Yeah, that's what I figured. I mean, that low timing. I never give bad info, don't listen. Wait, you never give bad info, don't listen to you. That should mean I should listen to you. Nah, man, it's my computer. My computer is, this other computer that I have is trash. The Mac that I'm on, the Mac was working fantastic. This freaking HP, no, it's a Dell. This thing is awful. The 4iGT is in Middletown. It's decent, needs some interior work, maybe a little paint work. Man, I'm cool with that. Like, I really want another Fox that I can drive. I can drive mine on the road. It's registered and stuff. I just have to fix some lights. I think one brake light works. small things. I mean, I could put like a street tire on it and drive it around. I could easily fix a couple taillights, which I need the wiring harness for, and drive that thing on the road. I kind of want to keep the being that I have the goal to go 599. I really want to keep the wear and tear off that thing until I get closer to or meet that goal. And then we'll move on from there. Middletown, that's not too, I don't think that's too far from, I used to play baseball there back in the day. I should actually be up in Jersey too later, closer to 4th of July. Oh, and speaking of 4th of July, when we were down at Ford Takeover, I hung out with Dan from Neo Mustangs the whole time, and I actually have family up where, like literally right where he's from. So we're going to try and I'm going to bring the car up when I go up there to visit them, and we are going to we're going to try and get some racing in if the weather holds up for it. So been watching your channel for a year now. Just realized I hadn't subscribed till just now. Sorry about that. Hey man, that's fine. I do the same thing. I'll watch people, and it's almost like you got to test them, man, make them prove themselves. Like, hey, is this person really worth watching? I did that with SRC Garage, which is like my favorite channel to watch now. I love watching those guys, that whole crew. It's like Big Bill, Billy the Kid with that S10, and then I think Billy's girlfriend. She has a Foxbody, which is actually super badass. But yeah, that's kind of how I was with them, man. I'd watch them for a little bit and then be like, I'm not going to subscribe yet. And then finally I would, I'm drop Neo. Drop Neo. Love SRC. Yeah, man, SRC is, love watching those. That's my nightly thing, man. I love listening. And that dude, Big Bill, the old man, he has so much knowledge. And the best part about him is he keeps everything old school. They're doing, carbureted stuff. Man, I love watching that stuff. Plus, he's always ragging on his wife and stuff. It's hilarious, man. If you don't watch, granted, they have like 100 some odd thousand subs, but those dudes are awesome. I was wearing my hat too. Yeah, I got to get some merch from them. I saw a dude at Ford Takeover. He was wearing an SRC Garage shirt, and I was like, man, I need to get one of those. All right, so I don't think, man. I need to figure out my Holley or my stupid tuning computer. It's not going to work. It's just frozen. It won't connect to the stream. I have another laptop. Next time we do this, I will actually share the screen with you so you can see what I'm talking about. But if anyone has any Holley specific questions, please feel free to ask them. But basically, all I really wanted to go over, and I'll just kind of lay it out here really quick, is, with the Holley system, I've had a bunch of people reach out to me, right? Because it is kind of, even when I first got it, it is very overwhelming, right? You think like, number one, most people, I don't want to blow my stuff up. And that's a very, very valid point because that was me, right? I plugged everything in, and at the time, I knew zero about wiring at all. What's 5 volts? Where do I get 5 volts from? Where do I get 12 volts from? Where I knew nothing about any of it. And I had to do a lot of reading, and I kind of go by when you go to take on something, it's like that saying, what is it? If you had 4 hours or 6 hours to cut down a tree, you'd spend 4 sharpening your axe. So I read up as much as I could, one about the Holley, just to learn a little bit about wiring, got everything hooked up properly, fired it up for the first time, had issues. They're in the videos and stuff, which you can see. And what I've seen with the people that I've been helping, the biggest issue is timing related, right? Because, and the Holley is really built, I feel, around the GM LS stuff. And it's blatantly obvious because a lot of the connectors are GM based. And mainly that, getting your timing set perfect. So this way, if that computer says, here's 15 degrees, your car is giving you 15 degrees. But the computer can say, here's 15 degrees, and your car is giving you 30 degrees, or your car is giving you 1 degree or whatever. So really, 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 before you actually, or while you're setting that system up, your timing needs to be spot on. As soon as you get that thing fired up, the first thing you should do is that static timing check. And I said it earlier. I'll say it if anyone missed it. Check out Donnie B's static timing check video. I think it was one of his latest videos. That is absolutely perfect. From there, move on. Okay. And the second biggest issue, and there's a bunch of videos out there too, and actually somebody in the comments section helped me out with this, is that because I didn't read the directions, and it says it in the directions on the Holley Terminator X directions, the idle air control valve. Even if you go through the startup wizard on the Holley, it's going to set you to a GM idle air control valve. So you have to actually go through the settings, click the 5.0 harness, set it up to pulse width modulation, and then set your frequency. I use 300, 350, 400, but then you got to actually pin it. And I wish I could show you this right now, but again, the laptop. And then, it'll pop up in your pin map. You drop it into output 4, which is, it says it's already pre-pinned for that. And then you could work, you'll have a working idle air control. Really, those two things right there, getting your timing set, getting your idle air control set, as long as everything else is hooked up right, your fuel and stuff, the car will learn it. You might be a little rich. The good thing is, once you get that engine up to temperature, the car is just going to start learning itself. And you could realistically just, as long as you get those two set, just drive the thing around perfectly fine. As long as your timing is right and it's conservative, you're not going to blow it up. The setup that's in there, the canned file, it's trash, but it's safe. I mean, it won't blow anything up. So if that's kind of what's keeping you from maybe worrying about doing Holley tuning stuff or putting the Terminator on your car, definitely don't worry about it, because there's a lot of foolproof things that are built into that. But again, timing. Well, main one, timing. As long as your timing's set right, you got nothing to worry about. Let's see, what am I missing here? I haven't been babbling for 10 minutes. Can't be dropping Neo. He's the man. I'll tell you what, Neo, that dude is so funny, man. We had a blast down at Ford Takeover. That dude, I can't wait to hang out with that dude. Super, super funny dude, man. Ryan Jackson, I have a Holley Sniper, Holley Super Sniper. Same thing as those. You got to make sure timing is where the computer. Yeah, exactly, man. And that's the number one thing, man. That timing. That timing's got to be absolutely perfect. Otherwise, yeah, you're gonna have problems. I talked to a dude, and unfortunately, he had somebody was tuning his car remotely, and he melted a piston. Pretty sure the timing was the issue. Because yeah, that's really what kills these things. People, when you mention mag, yeah, I think you guys are still talking about Neo, the turbo setup. What's up, 89 GT50? What's up, brother? For fuel pump relay, I tied it to the pink and black wire, but it was not priming. Any issues on your end when you wired yours up? So, Rob, check it out. So when you tap in, right, that signal wire that comes off of the relay from the Holley Terminator harness, that's going to go, and you're basically going to cut off the existing relay under the seat and hook up into there. What they don't tell, or if you don't read the directions or you don't know, if you didn't do, when you uploaded the file and everything, if you didn't do a TPS auto set, the relay is not going to turn on. So if you're having that issue to where, I mean, if you get a multimeter out and check to make sure you're actually getting, voltage across it and stuff. But if it's not priming and it's set up in the system right and everything's hooked up right, do that TPS auto set if you didn't, and right then and there, because I actually made that mistake first time. I didn't do the TPS auto set, and then the fuel pump wouldn't kick on. The other thing, though, Rob, what I would do is I actually switched to using the MSD solid state relay. And so I don't have, because, I mean, the Holley has that fuel pump relay, but I have it run through the MSD solid state, and it just triggers off of that. That's something that, just kind of adds to simplicity. Plus, it gives you some more. What's the word I'm looking for? It gives you some more ports, so like you can run like a trans brake off it. I have my water pump ran off it, my fans run off it, and then the fuel pump ran off it, and then when I do my trans brake, that'll run off that too. Good to know. Thank you. Yeah, I hope that works for you, man. To be quite honest, as long as it's hooked up right, that's probably what it is. Do you have any plans of a dart block or 351 swap? So, Ryan Jackson. So what I really want to do a dart block 427 small block. So is it 351 bored out, or maybe like a 410, which I think is like it's like a 4-inch stroke and a 4030 bore maybe. But I mean, the more I start messing, it might sound crazy, but the more I'm messing with like the stock block stuff, I mean, I really enjoy it because like, I don't know how, every time I go to the racetrack, and I tell people, they're like, hey man, what do you have in that? And, stock block XYZ turbo. And they're like, man, you got a stock block still? And like, I don't think I'm going that fast. I mean, some people are like, yeah, man, that car's moving. But it's just fun, man. Every time I knock a 10th off and it's, that stock block just lives. I don't know. It's addicting. So as much as I would love to throw like dart block, throw 20, 30 pounds of boost into this thing, I'm kind of, I kind of like doing the stock block stuff. I actually even have been reaching out to find another stock block to prepare for when this thing blows up. Solid state relay is nice. Yeah, one of the best purchases I made for that kit is that solid state relay. The other one is going to be this Mac valve that I'm putting on, which, by the way, if you have the On3 kit and they give you that little adjustable regulator, throw it in the garbage, especially if you have the Holley, because we couldn't ever get it to work right, I couldn't get it to work right. I almost blew the damn thing up on the dyno at Josh's house because it sent the boost to 22 pounds, because there's really only a very small margin where you can get it to actually work. I did Neo's fuel pump wiring upgrade and put my own relay in the back. Yeah, and Funky, that was a great. I was actually going to mention that. That was a great video. That when I originally did a fuel pump in this car. It was a 255 in tank, and I didn't do that because I hadn't seen the video. And then I saw you doing it, and I was like, man, I should have did that. But I ended up switching to the external pump, which that little I think $60 Evil Energy 340 liter per hour fuel pump. That thing's noisy, but that thing works. I might even buy, as long as it lasts 6 months, I'm not even buying a Holley pump. I'll just keep buying those. Because I think the Holley pump was a good amount of money, the one I was looking at. I have a stock block 408 with big aluminum heads, forged rotating assembly. It's pretty nice. Helps with the bigger cubes, get a lot of torque. Yeah, I want to do, bigger cubic inch stuff, at least, 400 or 410, 408, 410, or 427. But, for now, I mean, I think 331, I mean, it's fun, but I don't think, I'm skeptical if I'm going to get to 599 with it. I think I can, but I'm skeptical. But yeah, torque, my thing makes, my engine makes max torque at like 5,300. I thought it would be lower, but it'd be nice to have those big cubes. Because, I mean, off the line, this thing, even with the two-step, building a few pounds of boost off the line, it's not really torquey off the launch, which is probably good, but it'd be nice if it had a little more at the hip. Hey, guys, what do you think? Blue Collar Fox, hey, what do you guys think of this cam, my 347 Howard? So 235, 241 duration at 50, 581 lift, 112 lobe separation angle. Are you still on stock bottom? No, 347. You probably have some. That's a stout cam. I would say just make sure you check piston and valve clearance, but that's a pretty good cam. And that tight lobe separation angle, that should work too really well if you have like some sort of power adder or something like that on it. The further lobe separations, like the 108, 107, those will chop really, really good. But it looks like a solid cam to me. I mean, that'd be a good turbo cam, I bet. Damn boost control. Yeah, Donnie B, I tell you, man. People said it from the start. Get rid of that boost controller. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to use it because that's what I do. I'm just like, I'm going to use it. I'll try it out. And I got it to work. It cost me a head gasket, and then I had to get the heads milled because it lifted the head. But there is no way if I could go straight back as soon as I pulled that thing out of the package, right in the trash. Everyone I've seen who has on 3, yeah, it's garbage. You've seen it, but if you actually even play with it, I actually was trying to lower the boost, and I found that I was like undoing the whole entire valve, like it was just coming loose, and that's when I was like, "That's it, this is gone." Robert, what's up, brother? Hey, Dan, how's she going? How's your car doing, man? Rob had that. You had the flood car, right? The one that had the issue. You're still waiting on Terminator stuff? Blue Collar's Mustang sounds wicked. I got an external fuel pump for my 68 Ford. It's loud, but it works. Man, Wendell, that's what I'm talking about. It's loud. Like my car, if you've seen it, the guys who've seen it at Ford Takeover, doesn't look like much because I go more for functionality over looks. But I mean, if it works, I don't care if it's loud. I can't really hear it inside the car. I mean, I can kind of, but the downpipe ends at the passenger seat. Ugly Kid Racing, what's up, man? I was just talking about you before. We were talking about, how you kind of instilled confidence in me to push this stock bottom or not stock block as far as I can go. Because that's I said, Ugly Kid Racing. He's got these cars down in the 5s already on nitrous, but once you see somebody do it, it kind of gives you a little bit of confidence to push a little harder. 6,500, 7,000. The cam makes power at 6,400. Blue Collar Fox. What? I don't know if you mentioned this. What rotating assembly do you got in that? And then what is your balance? Are you doing? Is it a 28 for 347? It's probably 28 ounce balance, right? Good evening, everyone. Badass 93 Stang. What's up, man? And I wish I could have saved or shared all my stuff. And Funky, you sent me a message. I got it. I figured out how to do it, but the laptop I have is so slow that it won't share the actual screen. So, I got it to work when I did the little test run. But of course, when I go to actually do it, it wouldn't share. So what I'm going to try and do is my wife's got a bigger laptop, which I have the software downloaded on as well. And then the next live stream that I'll try and do another one next weekend, probably earlier too, so that it's not so late and we can get a few more people. And then I could really go into some deep Q&A on, lessons learned that I have from the Holley, and then, tips and tricks and whatever else. 30 people. Yeah, man, that's 29 more people than I thought was going to be in here. Gearhead, what's up, brother? Your LX hatchback is a beast. Still planning on. So, Gearhead, as long as the car gets back, it's not here right now. It's getting the roll cage welded in, like we talked about. So, she's not in here, right? No. So my wife's happy. And as long as it's back, it'll be there. If not, I'll be there at least. I'll be there. I got some parts that I'm going to sell while we're there for very, very cheap because they're taking up space in the garage, and building the car is expensive, and I could use a couple bucks. Good spring, scat cask. Okay, yeah, that's basically what I got, man. The scat rods. I don't have DSS pistons. I have Icon pistons, but you should just check your piston to valve clearance, man. Just make sure. I think my cam's a little smaller than that, but I had so much room when I checked piston to valve clearance. That's going to be a rowdy cam. That's a good cam for that setup, I'd say. Durrell Washington. Good evening, buddy. Heading into work, night shift. Oof. I'm the guy that won the F cam. Hell yeah, dude. Waiting on the GT40 heads. Nice, man. We were actually, my son was asking me the other day. He might be in here. John, if you're in here, say what's up. I think he was asking me like, hey, man, or hey, dad. He didn't call me man. Hey, dad, who won the cam or whatever? And I told him it was a guy down in Georgia or whatever. So it's good to hear, man. When you get it in, feel free to, shoot me a video. Love to hear it, man. And I barely use that cam. What you saw on here was really all I used for it. A couple passes. That was it. Oh man, we got Brutal in the house. What up, RGG? And guys, just dropping in to say what's up. What's up, man? Good, glad that you're in here, man. Got some big names in here. We got Brutal, Gearhead, Funky, Ugly Kid Racing. Yeah, the legend is here. The man, the myth, the legend. Gearhead, you tripping. Hey, man, what's up with that Calypso car? People keep asking me when we're going to race. If you got the computer I got for my Terminator X, yeah, it's only good for tuning. That's a good kit. Hazard Fab makes a good one. Trans problems. I've never heard of I'm going to be honest. I never heard of a rollarized transmission. When you say rollerize, does that mean like what? Bearings or because the C4 I got in my car, it's just like JW Performance. I think it's got some upgraded clutches, but I'm not much of a trans guy. I've rebuilt a 4L60E for that 02 Camaro I had, but I never really messed with the transmission stuff. Rollerize is bearing. Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. I mean, I try and use common sense. And so, yeah, I figured it was bearings. Thrust washer, no thrust washer bearings. Okay, nice. Yeah, man, that should be stout, man. Do you have, and you don't have to give away, Brutal, you don't have to give away any secrets. Do you have any plans of like really pushing that thing? Like everyone knows my goal, right? My goal is $599. Do you have plans on pushing that thing to like, as deep as it can go, or is it just kind of something where you're like just trying to have fun, build it stout so you won't break it, but keep it conservative, for longevity? Just curious. I don't know anything about it. Yeah, man, there's a lot I don't know. I tell Funky all the time, I don't know nothing about tuning. I don't know why he let me even help him with a tune file. Nice cam. Since the car's going to be a fun daily driver for me anymore, I won't go rowdy. 270. No Mustang car shows here, so we'll be hitting up Good Guys next weekend. I don't know where that is. Is anyone here going to Mustang Week? I haven't gone in a few years. It's not too far from where I'm at. I think it's 2 hours. I'm definitely not bringing my car if I do go, but I will probably go down there and just walk around. I don't think it comes out to, or what they do it, Labor Day weekend now. I'm out, buddy. Just wanted to show support. Hey, Gearhead, thanks for stopping in, man. I really like to see 750 after the fuel system. Yeah, I mean, that'd be stout. 750, man, that car would fly with 750. Holley website says my Terminator X would ship on the 11th. Man, I hope so, Rob. I hated to hear that your car got, destroyed. And if you would have told me your car was a speed density car, I got a speed density computer sitting right there. I would have sent it to you right away, for nothing. But I'm glad you're getting that Holley Terminator. You're going to absolutely love it. And if you need help, feel free to reach out. Or hopefully, like I said, I'm going to do more of these live streams where I really talk about, the Holley stuff. So feel free to, pop in and ask questions. I trust anyone who I never met. We met. Well, that was after the fact, but because we got the best support community for the Foxbody. Yeah, that's it, man. Like, I bounced around from Foxbody. I did some Camaro stuff. I came back to the Foxbody. The Foxbody community, like, for like some communities, like I feel like the Chevy community, they didn't really share much, right? But over here, and I think it's getting a little better now. But over here with like Foxbody stuff, man, it don't matter. Big guys, small guys, whoever has knowledge, it feels like everyone's throwing it out there just to help each other. And I mean, I love that about this community. Frank Stangs, what's up, man? I was watching one of your videos a couple days ago with one of them you did with No Fox Given. I forget which one it was, but I've been watching your stuff, man. I know I don't comment on a lot of I comment a lot on my own stuff, but I watch a lot of your guys' stuff too. I'll stay around 500 horsepower for most of the time. That number would be with a bigger turbo, obviously. Yeah, I mean, dude, the 76 I got's not bad, and it's the journal bearing. It spools up really quick, especially for a journal bearing. You know, that I blew the head gasket on the dyno, which is why I only made whatever it was. But we ended up getting, I think we went a little over 500 on 12 pounds, which the camera died. So I'll be hitting you up for sure. Yeah, man, dude, hit me up. Feel free. You know, you'll have, well, you probably won't have headaches like I did, but if you get caught up with anything, you know, with that Holley, you know, hit me up and I'll help you get through it. The hood flew up the week before. Oh, man. I had a 91 Fox that happened to. It was a notchback. The hood flew up. That sucks, man. Had to learn the hard way. Yeah, dude. That is exactly me, too. I learned, especially with this Holley, I learned so much stuff the hard way, and I hated every minute of it. But now I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to do some of the more advanced stuff, like with the E85 tune I'm building, which I'll show you that eventually. A lot of these systems, you can have so much. These are really powerful systems. This Holley can control everything on that car. I mean, boost, timing, launch. I've actually have a table that I built that, you know, and it's not like it's anything like new technology. Everyone's been using it forever, but the fact that, like, you know, I can have it so at certain RPMs with, you know, an input, it'll, you know, retard timing or do whatever, you know, boost building and stuff like that. There's a lot of customization. So yeah, dude, man, like Holley's the way to go. I was actually gonna do a mass airflow on this car that I have, and then the guy that over at competition was like, man, you need to get one of these Holley systems, and I'm glad I did. How much power do you think the 76 is capable of? To be quite honest, you figure if I'm making 500-ish, give or take, on pump gas at 10, 12 pounds, you spin that thing up to 20, it's going to make big power. I wouldn't doubt you can get to close to 700. I think even on On3's website, I think the 76 for them has gotten cars deep into the nines. 408 should have an 88. Yeah. If I had a big cube motor, I'd definitely have something in the 80s. 84, 88. Spent $3,500 doing new wheels and tires. Oh, I lost it. 5-lug swap. Got to wait for the cash. This car, look at this car I got, came with the 5 lugs. I didn't put them on there. I probably would have just rolled with the 4 lugs. I seen, if you don't watch Turbo John, he's got a Fox with 4 lugs still, and he's running 4s in the 8th with like nothing. He just ran some 5s the other day. The car was skating all over the track up here at Galat. And yeah, he's still running 4 lug stuff. Thought about going turbo, but I'd be going blow through carb with E85 would be best. There's no 85 here. Dude, there's no E85 up in Jersey, Blue Collar Fox. There was no E85 here. I just found out there's a Sheetz about 10 miles away. So I'm going to be that guy filling up a lot of fuel cans for E85. And when I get the car back from this cage, that's my next few videos. Will be hooking up that boost controller, the Mac valves and stuff, and then also doing the Holley, or not the Holley, the E85 setup. 4 lug for life, dude. And dude, they hold. I'm telling you, this dude Turbo John's got to have well over 1,000 horsepower, and he's doing 4s on a 4 lug. I think he's got bigger studs, but yeah, I mean, No need to go 5 lug. That's why I'm that dude, man. Who I would just roll with what I have until it's like, okay, I need to upgrade this. Great first live stream, brother. Thanks, man. Hey, I really appreciate you dropping in, brother. Funky, what'd you say, man? When I hooked up my fan, when I hooked my fan up to it, it came on, and I was amazed. That's what I'm telling you, man. I didn't. I say I don't. I learned a lot through this system, and mine wasn't the fan; it was the water pump, because I have my water pump set where I have to be at a certain temperature and at a certain RPM, and so I was like, I don't know if this thing's working or not. So I shut one of the triggers off, so it would just have to be above whatever it was, the 90 degrees or whatever, and it turned on, and I was like, holy crap, I'm doing it right. Beefcake VMS are dropping skinny 10 holes soon. Man, I used to shop Beefcake all the time when I had my S550. I need to check him out for some stuff. I bet he's got a lot of stuff for these cars. I dig them 10 holes too. I used to hate the 10 holes, but I would absolutely throw a set of 10 holes on my car right now. My small town in Indiana has 11 gas stations in it. Dude, you guys grow corn in your front yard. I went through Indiana one time. I swear I was just watching corn the whole time. Loved it out there, though. I mean, super nice. Dan, we were so close to the port that we have the good gas here, E85. Yeah, that actually worked. I was part of that good gas. I worked on a tugboat before doing what I do now. So, and I worked for an oil moving company or oil transportation company. So, can you order E85? Yeah, you can, but it'd be like, some VP Racing, like X85 or something like that, which I thought about. And then I was like, you know what, this was actually when people were going crazy buying gas down here. And nobody had gas. Luckily, I had diesel. And as I was searching, I was like, the station by me didn't have diesel. And I was searching and I saw Sheets pop up. And I was like, oh, there's a Sheets here. And then it said E85 and they had it. So once I saw that, I was like, all right, goodbye gasoline. I'm not doing that in this car anymore. Frank, when are you going to Thunder? When are you going back to Thunder Valley? I wanted to go. Yeah, man, I wanted to go. They canceled it today because of the rain. They're racing tomorrow. I might go. I don't know what the weather's going to be tomorrow. I might go watch tomorrow. But once I get the car back, I like to go on Wednesdays. I try and get there around 6. It gets a little, crazy around 8, 9 o'clock. So I usually punch out pretty early. But man, I'm at Thunder Valley every Wednesday almost. I want to get to the point where I'm actually racing. July 31st, there's a 7.0 index class at Thunder Valley. So what I'm actually going to do, and I think this is a perfect thing for my car plus kind of showcasing the Holley system. So 7.0 index, you have to run slower than 7s. I would have to slow the car down a lot to get to 7s. But so my plan for that is to race in that and have the car turned up so it leaves, so I get a good 60 foot, but then have it slow down enough to where I run like a 7.0 or 7.02 or 7.05 or whatever, and hopefully be very competitive in that class. So I'll be at Thunder Valley for that day, definitely, July 31st, and doing the 7.0 index stuff. I go for the sleeper look. Yeah, man, me too. I go for the sleeper look, and like I said, my car don't look like much, and people are surprised when they see it because you see it's like, okay, this is just some dude in a crappy clapped out Foxbody, and then it runs okay. So found a company that makes a harness for the AC that works for the Terminator X. Dude, there's a lot of and I've been finding them too. I haven't found one for the AC. But I found one that they make stuff for, like, if you're doing like a flex fuel and stuff like that. They sell harnesses already where you just plug them into like the power tap or whatever, and then you can set your input right into it. Google's a powerful thing, man. If you could can you send me the link to that? Because I got a buddy that's trying to do Terminator X stuff, and I told him like he had to dissect the whole wiring harness to keep his AC. Felix Q, hello, my friend. Why are you so sad? I'm not sad. A little tired. My eyes are always droopy because that's how I was born. But I can see in your eyes. Oh my God, dude. I love it. Did you get the cage welded in? Paul, yeah, so it's getting welded in right now. or the car's sitting there. It's not getting welded in, but hopefully next week it'll be done. How much was the cost of having the cage installed? If you don't want to give the exact numbers. So the dude quoted me an estimate. He said about $1,000. It's an 8-point. So, I mean, give or take, I would say most people charge $100 a point. So 800, 1,000, 1,200. I'm also having them do some other work. So you figure anywhere between 8 and 1,200 to have like an 8-point welded in. 7.0 class. I'll be a good man. I would love to see you out there. It's not, yeah, no, and it wasn't. I was expecting a lot more. To be honest, I wish I should have just bought like a good MIG welder, like a good MIG TIG welder, and did it myself. But at the same time, like I just needed a break from the car, so it's kind of good because it just gave me. I was losing a lot of sleep, working on this thing, and it just, needed me. It was good to, it's good to just kind of not have to see it or deal with it for a couple days or a week or so. What engine does it have? The Mustang. My car has a 331. 331 Blueprint 190cc heads, comp cam, and then a on 376 millimeter turbo. Team Z 10 point. Yeah, I looked at the Team Z stuff. I want to do their front end kit. And I like the Team Z stuff. I have their springs in the rear of my car. I want to eventually do more Team Z stuff. Yeah, Team Z, man, you can't beat their stuff. I mean, a little bit, I wouldn't say expensive. It's kind of middle of the road, but you get what you pay for, and they make great stuff. At least from what I've seen, anyway. Are you happy with the PAC4? So no, mine's a JW Performance C4. But I'm really happy with it. I have, this is the first automatic car that I've like this kind of car that I've had. Everything before it I've had was sticks. And I mean, I'm super happy. The thing shifts really quick. The converter I have is a little tight. But yeah, I have zero complaints about the C4 yet. When I first got it, I had a lot of leaks that I had to chase after. So I was pretty upset, but it really only cost me time in RTV. So Team Z in the back, UPR up front. I actually might do the Team Z K member also. Oh yeah, I had their whole K member coilover kit. Fantastic. Yep. Funky, man. I just watched your video. I forget what you called them. Unbelievably parts rejects. Is that what you called them in your video? I was dying, man. Your video, and I used to think that company was very good, but man, apparently not. And it's one of those things where, like, if they just customer service, if they were just like, oh, hey, by the way, mess it up. Sorry, here, hold on. We'll get it done right away. Like, just for them to blow it off like that, like, man, I'd have just sent the whole thing back. Dan, I mentioned to you that I'm less than excited about having pro comp heads. I've had zero issues, but I'm nervous about them. What are you nervous about with them? I've never used the pro comp heads, but I mean, there's really nothing wrong with running a cheaper head. You're just not going to make the amount of power that you would, depending on your setup. It's something like an AFR or, something that's a little more pricey. But I love watching Engine Masters, if you don't watch those dudes. And they took, I want to say it was either a Pro Max or maybe a Pro Comp head. They took the same CC head. It was like a 205 or 220. It might have been on a big block. But they took the same CC head, ran the same amount of boost through it, and them engines made the same exact horsepower. I think it was within a 2 horsepower difference when they were like, if you're going to spend 800 or $2,000, get the 800 ones, you're going to make the same power. I have Pro Comp 230 heads. They're fine. My reported new valves. And that's the other thing too, man. If you get them, I mean, a set of valve springs, good set of valve springs, and just roll with it. I would run. I mean, My heads are, if you look up Blueprint Engines 190cc heads, stud mount, they're about $500 each. They are incredibly cheap. They flow okay. They're not the best things out there. The valve springs, I'm pushing the cam lift that I have. I think they're good for like 575, and my cam is like 565 lift. But I have zero issues running them. They make, decent power. Yeah, if I was able to do like trick flow 11Rs or something like that, the car would make much more horsepower. But there ain't nothing wrong with running cheap heads. Mine are 210s. Love Engine. Yeah, Richard Holdner too. I watch him a lot. Watch Engine Masters. I just watched their latest one today. 210s. I bet you they flow good. And it's just, if it's just an as cast head, they won't flow as good as like a CNC ported or head or whatever. But I guarantee. At the end of the day, it's way better than running a stock E7 or whatever. Whatever's on the stock 351. Zero issues. I would run a Procom. I would throw those on my car. I bet you they'd make more horsepower than what I got on there right now. I know they would because they're bigger, 210s. Springs are upgraded to match cam. Okay, good. Yeah, man. I wouldn't be nervous. Run that thing. All you're losing is just a little bit of flow than if they were CNC ported. So I would absolutely just run those things, and you're probably giving up a little bit of horsepower, more than likely at the top end. But for the price, that that's to the point where for the price, you really kind of can't beat it. 79 Beans, what's up, man? Someone said someone in there was wondering what's going on. Dan, how did I miss you? Dude, you leave the longest, best comments ever. Like when you comment, I look forward to that, man. And it's for those who don't know, 79 Beans. He's been following for a hot minute, but he's got a Pinto that he's putting a 347 in. He's definitely a much better engine builder than I am. His stuff looks way better than mine. I've never seen a Pinto with an engine like that either. That's got to be badass. I have 205 11Rs up for my 331. Man, that's what I want. I want some trick flow 205 11Rs. But got, other priorities. So these 190s are just going to have to just keep on doing it. I have the old school trick flow, twisted wedge 170s. I bet those still flow pretty good. I would run some twisted wedge heads on the car too. That's for sure. How's in mine is an Explorer engine. I wish I had aluminum heads. My scene is spent this year. Hey man, ain't nothing wrong with those Explorer heads and stuff. They flow really good. And if you watch the Richard Holdner episodes and stuff where he does 5.0 like dyno comparisons, those Explorer intakes and Explorer heads and stuff, even the steel ones, they flow pretty good. Screw it, let her. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, if you upgraded the valve springs, you're more than likely not getting any float. The only thing you're really giving up is just a little bit of horsepower. And I guarantee you it's not as much as you probably think it could be. I bought my Pro Comp heads and Super Victor intake from a buddy. Ran them in a 65 Mustang NA, ran like 94 miles. Yeah, and that's 94 miles per hour in the eighth is pretty stout. For NA, what was I doing NA? 760s at, I think I like 92, 93. So that's faster than my car was NA. I got these unknown airflow research heads. Yeah, man, I never heard of that company. That's above my tax bracket, airflow research. I got the mighty E7s. Hey, man, you get what you get, man. Those E7s, you could port them out and make them, make a little bit of power, but ain't nothing wrong with them. I won't ever hate on somebody's combination, man. Dan, going to go work on my car. Excellent first stream, man. Take care. Hey, man, I appreciate it. I'm probably going to pop off here. It's been an hour. I really wanted to share the Holley stuff. I need to get this laptop situation figured out. 8-second 341 turbo I talked about earlier is 170s. Nice. Dude's running 8s on a 170cc. That's where it's at. Good to hear. All I find in the forums is people trashing them and saying that you're cheap. Man, that's Blue Collar Fox. Those forums are great for information and stuff. I learn a lot off them. I stay out of these comments, man, when people are like, I don't know how many times I've heard that I'm going to blow my block apart and all this stuff. And I'm already past where I was supposed to blow it up. So we're just going to keep doing it. Boost Streamer, what's up? My shit's still broken. I think we talk every day just trying to figure out. Man, I hope you can get it figured out. I hate that it's messed up. Question, got my 88 done. Took around the block. When I try to give it a hard pull, it just revs. Sticker automatic, Mex. GT40P, I ported them a little. That's good, man. I bet you they flow pretty good. People say the same shit. Yeah, I mean, people look at my setup too, and it's always run this, run that. Yeah, if I could easily come out here and if I had the budget, throw some Dart Block 427 precision turbo custom built kit and go out there and go crazy. But then, like, what's really the fun in that? That's why I kind of said earlier, I have a lot more fun running the run the stock block stuff because you push it a little and it gets faster and it kind of exceeds your expectations, and it's like, all right, let's try something else. And max 5, if that's a 5-speed and if you're hammering it and it's just revving, to me that says clutch. What kind of clutch you got in it? If you're on a stock clutch, or is it worn out? This was fun picking up a dude. Hey man, I'm probably gonna do it. I said I wanted to start about 8. I couldn't get the thing working, but I figured, what the hell? Let's just give it a shot. Richard Holder was pushing several, and that's why Funky. That's why he laughs every time he says the broken block thing. He's like, this is where it should have broke, and it doesn't. And not to say that they don't, because they do, but you just gotta I'll tell you what, I've been helping a lot of people with tuning. Several of these blocks would be broken if these tunes went into these cars. I'm just going to say that were sent to me. Luckily, there's been a bunch of people so far. I sent a lot of them back like, hey, my man, you can't run 35 degrees of timing at 19 pounds of boost. You're asking for it. JD Rods, what's up, dude? You doing every Saturday night? I would like to. I can if you guys are into it. This, like I said, my first one, I didn't know how it was going to go. I thought I was going to sit here awkwardly with what do I do with my hands? But I'll just make sure I, drink a couple Busch Lights like I did tonight and relax me. We can chat about whatever. So yeah, I mean, if you guys are into that, I could do Saturday night, every Saturday night. Honestly, they'll invest in a decent Eastwood or other brand. Yeah, actually what I was looking at was in Eastwood. They actually have a nice tube notcher too that I was looking at. That's why I was like, I should just do this roll cage myself. But I figured, like I said, I needed a break. I figured let these guys, weld it in. Maybe clutch adjustment. Yeah, Max, that's what I'm saying. Check out that clutch. That's got to be. These other guys concur. Dan, I'll email you about the 4i. If I see an email. Okay, yeah, man, appreciate that. And like I said, I'm serious. I'm really looking for another 4i. Love the Mustang. That's a fact. I'm going to go 351. I would love to go with a 9.5 deck. Eventually, someday, I probably will be there. But for a while, for now, I'm going to do the 8.2 deck stuff. Anyone do a hydraulic clutch pedal conversion? I haven't. Someone out there had to have done it. Maybe one of the 20 people that are in here, but that actually sounds pretty legit. That clutch cable, I remember my first Fox, man. That clutch cable tore my leg up. I was much weaker back then. Yeah, Max, sounds like a clutch slipping. Yep. Especially, I mean, you're diving into it and it's just slipping or revving. That's got to be it. I have no life, so I'll sure be watching. Dude, my life really outside of messing with the car and obviously family. I mean, that's pretty much it. Watching these dudes on YouTube. Saturday works for me. All right, cool. So we'll try and do it every Saturday. I'll try for 8. How's 8? 8 o'clock good, or you want to go 7:30, 9 o'clock? This is awesome. Glad you went live. Dude, your car's a rocket. I appreciate that. I still think it's slow, but when I look back at when I was embarrassed trailing around a car that would run 8.2s in the 8th mile, I appreciate how much it's actually been, how much my hard work's been paying off. It's been making me feel pretty good lately. Good stuff, Dan. Hey, Donnie B, thanks for stopping in, man. Again, people who maybe just joined, check out Donnie B for Holley Terminator stuff. Great videos, very in-depth. Cool, I was able to catch the first live. Yeah, I'm glad I almost didn't hit the go live button. I almost hit the X button and walked out. John Doe, what's up, man? 8 o'clock is cool. Okay, so yeah, we'll probably, I'll shoot for 8 o'clock. And then, yeah, what I'll probably do, what I would like to do, my whole plan with this live stream stuff was to set up. So, like, this was going to be kind of like an intro to Holley, and I talked about it a little bit earlier on. But, and I kind of want to do like actual subject. So, like, you know, the first 10 minutes would basically be me talking about whatever about the Holley system. And then after that, you know, either questions or obviously BS and talk about whatever. Get some Bud Lights and do Saturday night. I got Busch Light, but yeah, Bud Light, that works too. Checking in, seeing what's up with everyone. Yeah, and I'm probably going to go, let me see, what time is it? 10. Yeah, I'm probably going to go another minute or two. And then we'll wrap this up. It's getting pretty late. One thing I was trying to do too, I don't know how to change the picture for the live stream videos, so I don't know what picture it actually threw up there. Probably just a picture of my awkward face and that dude thinking I'm sad or whatever he was saying. I'm out later, boys. Later, blue collar. We'll see you on the next one. I've been watching Donnie B's videos on the micro squirt. He's awesome, breaking everything down. Yeah, Donnie, like I said, he's very, very descriptive, and he does great videos. I've been watching that guy for several years. He's helped me out a lot, inadvertently. He didn't know he did, but 8 is cool. I'm hopping off. Gonna tinker with the car tomorrow. I'm sure. Yeah, man, hit me up. We got to get that thing figured out, man. I really hate that it's not working for you. When they'll get the Max Motorsports clutch cable, it's so much better. Man, I had this, was it the stock clutch quadrant, the plastic one? I broke so many of those things, or so many clutch cables, because that stock clutch cable quadrant was, you know, the little plastic teeth weren't holding. All right, guys. I think I'm going to wrap this one up. I really appreciate everyone popping in and chatting and stuff. We're definitely going to do it again. We'll push for next Saturday. If you have a topic you want me to talk about, feel free, either drop it in, you know, the comments in the videos, or shoot me a message on Instagram or whatever. Because one, it'll help me out, but then two, it'll help me, you know, maybe if I have that knowledge, or somebody in here's got to have that knowledge. There's a lot of people in here that have that knowledge. So yeah, feel free to do that. Anyway, guys, really appreciate you stopping in. As always, thanks for, you know, watching, hanging out. Take care, and we'll go ahead and see you on the next one.